Hello everybody, welcome. If you're new here, welcome back. If you have been here before, I really hope you're going to enjoy this video. So, my name is Sarah and I'm a book buying addict, I'm a book reading addict. I read a lot of books, I buy a lot of books, and that causes some problems sometimes because that means that my bookshelf is now completely full and I still have loads of books that need to fit in there. So this is a bookshelf reorganization video because I need to fit all my books in here, which will probably not happen, but I have a plan B. If it's not gonna fit, I have a plan B, and that plan B is basically that I'm gonna bring my book cart over from my mom's to my dad's because the book cart is currently at my mom's, but I'm not using it at my mom's, so it would be the perfect solution to just bring it to my dad's if I have too many books that are not gonna fit on this bookshelf thing. So yeah, also I got a sign that I needed to reorganize my shelf. Like, it was a sign. I was like, should I do it? Should I not do it? Should I make a video about it? And then all my books fell over at the top shelf. You can see it, right? Yeah. They stayed up for like, I'm not sure how long it was, but it was probably like 2 weeks, maybe even more than 2 weeks. And now they fell over the moment that I was thinking about it. So it's a sign I'm going to reorganize my bookshelf. I hope you're excited because I am, and let's just get into it. Oops, I forgot to mention, these are not all of my books. I also have books on my desk, which is very messy, and on my floor, right there. So, also, I know my room's a mess. Just don't comment on it because I am fully self-aware. I am going to start by taking out all of the books that are currently on the shelves, and we'll go from there. We'll reorganize it after I put all of the books on the ground. While I'm doing this, I can actually tell you my plan for this bookshelf. So, what I want to do is nothing like very spectacular or anything. I just want to put series with series, authors with authors, and that's basically all I'm doing. Like, it's not on alphabetic order, not in color coordinated order. I just want to do something that would make books easier to find, which is a very common occurrence for me that I do not find my books. So this is going to be nice. The books fell over. They fell over. Alright, so I took all my books out of my shelves. And I also took away the books on my floating bookshelves. I took away the books on the ground. I took away the books on my desk. And now, this is what we have. More than 100 books on the ground. It somehow doesn't look like 100, but I counted, and it's more than 100. These are the books that I gotta put on my shelf. Now that I started it, I cannot stop, and that is scaring me because I want to stop. I do not want to continue somehow. I don't know why. But I do not want to put all of them back because that will take like an hour. I'm a perfectionist. That's why it will take an hour. There are now books everywhere around my room. But I wanted to do something a little bit different than I usually do. I want to make a TBR shelf. So the top shelf is going to be my TBR shelf. So TBR basically means to be read, if you didn't know that already. And those are the books that I still need to read. So I want to put those here, and if it doesn't fit on one shelf, I will use this shelf too. But I want to see them clearly, so I will be like, okay, gotta read that, gotta read that, gotta read that. Because that would be practical, I guess. I gotta gather my TBR together. So let's find my TBR, I guess. Okay, so this is a book on my TBR. Let's find another one. Oh yeah. This is also a book on my TBR. These two are books on my TBR. Let's see. Oh yeah. These two are books on my TBR. This is gonna be an adventure. Oh gosh. This is not okay. Okay, so I'm getting rid of Life of Pi, Life of P, whatever, and the Maze Runner because I have no desire on keeping them or reading them. So these two, I'm gonna get them to the thrift store. I'm gonna give them to the thrift store and hope someone else can be happy with them. This is like literally insane. These two pals are TBR pals. Look at that. Look at that. I know it may not be much to some people who have a TBR that consists of more than 100 books. But this is, I think it's 30 books, around 30 books. That's a lot. Okay, that I haven't read yet. Like, I gotta hurry up. Somehow, I honestly did not expect it to be that many books. But it is. Yeah, I grabbed them all. These are them. I'm embarrassed. Alright, I'm gonna try to separate these books into sections of genres. So, I'm starting off with romance. That's the first one. Romance. This is a thriller, so it doesn't have to be there. Then I also have another romance, but it isn't the same size. So let's put that flat here. This is not a romance, not a romance. This is a romance, and I expect it to be very good romance, so that can go right here. Alright, another one. Oops, another one. Was that it? No, it was not, because these are romances too, historical romances. I wouldn't categorize them as romances per se, but they are categorized as romances because there is romance, but I would call it more like a feminist, like based off of the first book, more like a feminist kind of deal. These are all romances. I didn't even realize how many romances I owned. Fun fact about me, I haven't been enjoying fantasy a lot lately. How? From here to here, it's all fantasy. All fantasy. Like, I cannot stop buying fantasy. It's an addiction. This is also fantasy. I forgot about this one. This is also a fantasy book. Please let me get back into my fantasy era. I will need it. Will I read any of these? The worst part about this, I have no explanation for this happening. For this happening. For this happening. For this happening. Because I just buy books whenever I can. When I can. Whenever I can. I have no explanation. Alright, so these are all my TBR and these are all my TBR. So, though I needed 2 shelves for that. I really needed 2 shelves for that. I'm glad I chose to do 2 shelves because it would not have fit on here at all. I have 3 shelves left. 3 shelves left. Let me show you the situation on the ground right now. Yeah. So, still have loads of books to put in there. I'm not sure it's gonna fit. Like, I'm pretty certain it's not gonna fit. Harry Potter is going on the 3rd shelf from the top to the bottom. Is it obvious that I do not own part 1 and 2? I own 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But I sold 1 and 2. I regret it because I want to reread them. But I'm gonna buy them. Because my TBR isn't big enough already. Shatter Me. I'm currently in the middle of reading Shatter Me for the 5th time. It's good. It's really good. Like, not as good as the first time that I read it, but it's good. I was literally fighting for my life trying to put this book in here. The Bridge Kingdom. Like, it's stuck there all the way. Like, I can wiggle it. It will not move. How have I been doing this for more than an hour already? I've been in my room, reorganizing, stuffing the books back in my shelf again for over an hour. This is why you should think about doing things before you actually do things. Because it could take you an hour or longer to do things. I don't want to continue this. We're gonna power through, people. I finished filling up my bookshelf. Yeah, I have too many books. It's official. Like, look at this. Look at this. It's pretty, right? It's pretty. Okay. And then this one. I even hid some Colleen Hoover books so I would have more space. Even though it's all filled up, this is the current situation. Yeah. I somehow managed to make it work. I'm so proud of myself. Like, I've never been prouder. I'm just gonna do a little tour of the bookshelves. Not too long, because I feel like this video is already too long. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of the bookshelves just one by one. So this is my TBR bookshelf. Yeah, it's dramatic, I know. This is also a TBR bookshelf, but I did put some books that I've already read over here because otherwise they would have not fit anywhere. And then the rest of the books are my TBR books. I also tried to like put genre by genre. So this is like the romance section. This is like the fantasy section, and there's some fancy romance in it, but I feel like the plot is more fantasy than romance. And then here we continue with the romance, fantasy, and this is, I'm not sure what genre this is, so, and then here, it's just very random. This is like thriller, dark academia, thriller. I wanted to make this like a fantasy section, I guess, fantasy genre shelf, but I did put this series here, which is not fantasy. I think it's like a mystery. I have read these, so I'm pretty sure it's mystery. Here is some more fantasy, because apparently when it comes to fantasy, I cannot be stopped. And then here on top, there's 4 romance books. Lucy scored 2 books, and then 2 random authors that I just put together because they were both romances. And on the last shelf, we have some thrillers. I do not own a lot of thrillers, so I just put them together like that. A fantasy book, and the rest is pretty much Colleen Hoover and some random fancy romance books too. And in the back, as I showed before, there are also some books because I did not have enough space. Oh yeah, and I'm getting rid of these 2, which I already mentioned. But that's not all. I also put a load of books on my floating bookshelves because, again, cannot be stopped when it comes to buying books, and I have too many books, so it's like overflowing with books on my walls right now. This is the first one. I wanted to like have a yellow theme with these 3 books, and I think it looks really cute. These are, I think they're all romances or have some sort of romance in it. I kept this one the same. Oh, there's the book! Holy shit! I was looking for that for ages! I kid you not. That book, Where the Forest Meets the Stars, I've been looking for that for I'm not even sure how long. I was like at my mom's, I was like looking for it, and I was like, where the fuck is it? Did I sell it on accident or something? But no, it's here. Okay, then we have the shelf with a lot of romances. This is romance, this romance, this romance, this romance. And then this is the last one. Oh wow. This is a really sad book. I would recommend, if you're in the right headspace, mental state, crave. This is a paranormal fantasy, I guess. Fantasy, romance, dark academia, romance. Jesus, I'm mixing up the genres now. Anyways, I found Where the Forest Meets the Stars, so I'm happy now. I really gotta reread that book sometime because it was like a really good book. Well, alright, that was it for the reorganization video. I hope you enjoyed. It took me a while, and I was at the depths of my despair, of my sorrow at some parts, but I pushed through, and now we're here, and I have a beautiful bookshelf again. And this made me realize that I really gotta stop buying books. So that's also a good thing. I will never stop buying books, but it's a good thing that I realized I gotta stop buying books. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're gonna watch more of me, and if you watch more of me, give this video a like, subscribe, and just comment if you want. Yeah, that's all I have to say. So goodbye, and I hope I'm gonna see you later. So bye bye.